What's up, guys? So still here in Sicily for a bit, and I want to talk to you guys about follow-ups, because follow-ups are an extremely important part of the actual sales process. And so I myself have closed probably 4 to 5 clients, I don't know, yeah, probably 4 to 5 clients, not just on the one call close, but following up afterwards. Because oftentimes you never know where that person or prospect is going to be later down the line. I myself have helped on sales calls with people who said, I see these ads, I see these messages, I get these cold calls all the time, but I decided to take this call with you because there's been inconsistent lead flow around what I'm currently doing. And that's perfect. And again, you never know where the prospect is at in their life, in their company. And so if you hear that, if you take the sales call, build hesitation around what they're doing, ask about lead flow if it's inconsistent or consistent. If it's inconsistent, that's pain. Dig deep into that. Make them realize that what they're currently doing, what they have done in the past, isn't working and isn't sustainable for growth and the longevity of what they're doing. Now, when I used to cold call in the beginning of my journey, I closed 2 clients on the very first day of cold calling. I scraped leads from New Jersey and New York. I was like, let me call these people. Let's get the program running. Let's get the ball rolling. And so I didn't close those 2 clients on my first day or that first week, but rather the first one I closed 2 months after, and the second one I closed 5 months after. Yes, 5 months after the initial cold call, after getting rejected on the sales call the first time around because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, which that was actually one of my first sales calls, which was hysterical, absolutely awful, terrible sales call. And you're gonna have imposter syndrome. You're not gonna know how to take a call, how to run media buying in the beginning, and so you want to get everything out of the way as soon as possible. But the point of this video, follow-ups. And if I didn't follow up with those leads, guys, I wouldn't have closed those deals. And that to date was an extra over $12,000 just from following up. Because again, you never know where the prospect is going to be in that process, in that point in time. And it's just a numbers game, like life is in general. Learning a language, working out, getting better at something, it's just about time in. The more time you put in, the more you're gonna get out. And what's really fascinating about success is that, and learning skills in general, the Pareto distribution, it's exponential. And that 20% of the input results is responsible for 80% of the output, right? That's why when Musk took over X, he fired 80% because 20% of the company could actually run the entire thing, as opposed to you know, what people were talking about, how there's just so much nonsense going on that wasn't Twitter headquarters, whatever it was, right? So learn some of these principles, understand that success is exponential, not linear. Same thing with skills, and it's absolutely incredible what can happen if you just stick with one thing for long enough. But follow-ups, and you don't stop following up. You keep all of these sales calls, all of these cold calls, people who are relatively warm, in a CRM and an Excel sheet, and over the course of weeks to months, you just continue to reach out. You continue to do the right thing. And it amazes me too that if you do the right thing, if you do just the small things each and every single day, those compound onto itself. And it's not a small thing if it's every single day. If you do something that has to be done every single day and you just like ignore it, skip it, whatever, that's a massive part of your life. That's like 5% of your life. And the small things add up. And so I just want to reiterate that follow-ups are extremely important. And you never know who's going to be where at what point in time. I closed multiple clients just purely based off of follow-ups. And oftentimes, yourself included, watching this, you can even ask yourself right now, how many deals did I come close to closing, or did it close just purely based off of follow-ups? And it's true, like you never know, right? Like you really never know what could happen at what point in time. And another amazing thing too is that like you never know what one client can do for you. I was on national television because of a client. How insane is that? Because if you take care of your people, if you take care of your clients, they're gonna take care of you in return. And so now on sales calls, when I show that I was featured on this national news network to talk about roofing, marketing, entrepreneurship, and mindset, I mean, that's just a no-brainer. If they still say no after that, and after all the testimonials, I'm like, all right, you're a lost cause, goodbye, I'm done. But it all comes right from a place of actually wanting to help. And so when I show them that on sales calls and prospects still like they don't believe me or ignore it, I mean, they're just lost in the sauce. I don't know what to tell those types of people. But yeah, so take care of you people, continue doing follow-ups, and just keep everything in an Excel sheet or CRM, whatever you're using. Follow-up weeks, months in advance, because the truth is, like, some companies are ready to go, like, once they're familiar with you, once they've spoken to you a couple times. And I think it's really cool what can happen if you just do the small things that happen every single day. If you do those things and don't miss a call, don't miss a message, don't skip sales calls, and how amazing it could all be if you just do the right thing. That simple. So I kind of hope this helps in the value, understanding the value of follow-ups, and that it's just a numbers game, as is anything in life. And the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. And especially if you're in the beginning, you should have no excuse not to do anything. You should be doing everything. You should be making your schedule as chaotic as possible, because all periods of stagnation, decline, growth, they're painful, because life is painful, it's hard. And so you have to pick your poison, pick your pain, and the choice is yours, really, at the end of the day. But again, don't underestimate the power of follow-ups, because you might get the right person at the right time, and all they have to do is say yes if they're familiar with you already, with, of course, testimonials, social proof, and belief in what you're doing and your product and service. So hope this video helps. And my goodness, look at this incredible view. And it's cool too, because me personally, I was here 10 months ago on this exact same rooftop, and I made a video on this GoPro about how I needed to change my life after college graduation, but I didn't know the vehicle or the information to get there. I wanted to be a travel vlogger, but I realized that gaining social proof takes time, and I needed money now. So I found the right vehicle and found what I'm going to be doing. So that's pretty much that, guys. Hope this was of value again. Alrighty, peace.